Hello, my dear Pisces, and welcome. We're here to look at your celestial forecast for 2026. And really, it's a story about emergence, about this huge cosmic relief you're going to feel and the beautiful, solid reality you are finally about to build. So just take a deep breath with me, and let's dive into what's ahead for you. Let's just start with this because it says everything. For what has felt like an absolute eternity, hasn't it? You've been navigating these deep, mystical, and let's be honest, really confusing waters of Neptune being in your sign. So this phrase, climbing out of the Neptune trenches, it just captures that feeling so perfectly. It's this acknowledgement that this incredibly challenging 15-year cycle, 15 years, that you've been through is finally coming to an end. Okay, so our first chapter here is all about this major cycle closing, your emergence. Because, to really truly appreciate the light that's on its way, we have to honor the shadows you've had to walk through. This part is all about recognizing that profound, difficult, but oh so transformative journey of the last 15 years. So your story for the last, decade and a half? It's written right here in these transits. It all kicked off back in 2011. That's when Neptune, your ruling planet, came home to Pisces. And it brought all this spiritual awakening for sure, but it also brought this deep, persistent fog, right, where boundaries just dissolved. Then in 2023, as if that wasn't enough, Saturn showed up, and Saturn demanded structure. It added this weight, this responsibility, and now in 2026, look at this. Both of these cosmic giants are leaving. This signals the true end of a really long, really transformative era for you. You see, you've been navigating two totally different, but overlapping, kinds of trenches. First, you had the Neptunian confusion. That was that unique kind of heartache, wasn't it? Chasing this beautiful vision, this dream, only to realize, poof, it had no substance. And just as you were dealing with that, in comes the Saturnian bootcamp. Talk about a crash landing back to Earth. Harsh wake-up calls, tough lessons about reality and boundaries. But here's the most important part. You survived them both. You really did. And the results of all that pressure? It's a true metamorphosis. I mean, think about it. A butterfly doesn't just gently unfold. It's a struggle. It takes immense strength to break free from that cocoon. So please, remember this. The wings you're starting to feel, they are not a gift. They are an achievement. You have earned every single bit of them. All right, chapter 2. This is the good part. It's the great cosmic relief, shedding the cocoon. Because now, as you're finally shedding that thing, this incredible lightness is going to enter your world. This is all about the relief, the release, the clarity, and that amazing joy of just remembering who you are without all that weight. Okay, get out your calendar, I'm serious. Circle these dates because this is your freedom day. Neptune, the planet of fog and illusion, is finally out of your sign on January 26th. And then, hot on its heels, Saturn, the big taskmaster, leaves on February 13th, just in time for Valentine's Day. How perfect is that? Consider it a little gift from the universe. This is a real, tangible finish line. This is the moment the cosmic weather truly shifts for you. And you're going to feel this. I mean, it's going to be unmistakable. It's this lifting of both psychic and physical heaviness. You'll feel yourself returning to your natural, flowing, joyful state. It's literally like taking off a heavy, wet coat that you didn't even realize you've been wearing for like 15 years. So after the boot camp, what comes next? The reward. The universe always seeks balance, And after such a long time of hard lessons and limits, it is now your time to receive. This whole next phase is about birthing joy and art and love back into your life. And how does this reward show up? Well, it arrives in the form of Jupiter, the planet of gifts, of luck, of expansion, and it's moving through your fellow water sign Cancer. This is such a beautiful transit for you. Why? Because it's lighting up your fifth house. That's the part of your chart that's all about pure pleasure, creativity, true love, romance, fun. It's like the universe is handing you a VIP invitation to the best party of the decade. And it is so well-deserved. So what are these gifts from Jupiter? Well, let's look. This is amazing energy for birthing a creative project you've had in your heart forever, or for some of you, maybe even a child. It's about attracting romance that feels genuinely nurturing and safe. It's about reconnecting with your inner child, just playing again. And maybe most importantly, learning to deeply trust in the timing of your life. Prioritizing fun is not frivolous right now. It's your assignment. Okay, moving on. Now that you have all this new lightness and joy, you've got the clarity to build something real. This next chapter, the new work, it isn't about hardship. No, no. This is about the satisfying work of taking all that hard-won wisdom and turning it into something tangible, something secure. So Saturn isn't gone completely. It's just changed jobs. Think of it this way. It's moved from being your personal drill sergeant to becoming your personal chief financial officer. Its new role is to help you take all those amazing spiritual gifts you have and turn them into solid, lasting value. It's time to build your empire. Now, to make the most of this, you have to work with this Saturn energy, not against it. So, step 1 is acknowledging reality, looking at your finances with brutal honesty. Step 2 is building a structure. We're talking budgets, savings plans, long-term goals. And step 3, creating lasting value. This whole transit is about a new level of clarity. It's kind of like no more manifesting without a spreadsheet. It's time to build the practical structures that support your big dreams and finally turn those beautiful, watery gifts of yours into solid gold. And while you're building up this new financial reality, don't be surprised if there are some shakeups in your physical one. We have Uranus, the planet of surprises, bringing this nomadic urge to your house of home and family. This can mean a sudden desire to move, or maybe just redefining what home even means to you. The key here is just to stay flexible, because your very foundations are getting a much-needed refresh. And all of this brings us to our final and I think most powerful chapter, cashing in your wisdom and truly embracing your worth. This is where it all comes together. This is where you integrate every single lesson and really begin to understand the deep, profound connection between your inner worth and your outer world. Just let this sink in for a moment. All this financial work that Saturn is asking you to do, it's not really about chasing numbers on a screen. It's an external reflection of the deep inner work you're doing on your self-worth. It is all about recognizing your value, completely independent of any material measurement. So really, this is the grand summary of your story in 2026. You are taking the illusions from Neptune and the harsh truths from Saturn, and you're weaving them together into this incredible tapestry of resilience. You are simply not the same person you were. You're stronger, you are so much wiser, and you are more authentically you than ever before. So I'm going to leave you with this one big question. The boot camp is officially over. So, how much is your survival worth? You have survived, you have transformed, and now, in 2026, it's time for you to decide the value of that journey. It is time to cash in on all that wisdom, to claim your joy, and to build the beautiful, solid future that you have so deeply earned.